Alrighty. Are we live? Why is it black? 1 second, let me check here.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, we're good.
Here we are.
Hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
Here we are.
Hello everyone.
Oh, hello everyone. 1 second.
Okay. So here we are. So got a good trade off. So let me just jump into it. So it was BVW. No, 1 second. BWV. Okay. Sorry, a lot of it just coming back. Not my monitor or anything. Not used to this. Hope everyone has had a great day. Why is this not? Jesus Christ. Oh, duh, not my face. BWV. Had a nice trade on this. So let's just jump into it. Thank you to... 1 second. Let me go to the channel real quick here. Had a little back and forth with, I believe, Nikki was who it was. What's the name? 1 second. Yeah. So here in the chat, went over. It was actually brought to my attention. I did not have this on watch. It was brought to my attention and went through the plan here on YouTube and ended up playing it, and it worked out nicely. So let's dive right into it. Here on the daily chart, massive downwards action, nothing spectacular. Resistance levels, we got around low sixes, which is what I was aiming for. If you go to that YouTube chat under yesterday's video lesson, top tickers for May 3rd, 2022, it's right under there. You'll see my thinking, but I'll explain it here. So, you know, you get this garbage chart. A lot of shorts are going to pack it because it's up. I don't know if there's news. I don't really care, if we're being honest. I'm really following the price action. Unless it's really bad news, like dilution or something. We'll get into that at some other point. But here we have this solid perk up nicely on the day, and it's failing to break down. And next resistance level is around 6. We got a high day setup working out here quite nicely in between this range that is set up around 5 and the mid 4s. And it keeps making higher lows. Volume kicks it up a notch, and you get a quick move here. And I missed this move. I saw it when it was in the 520s up here, and I was gonna, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sit on my hands. It's not worth it. I'm not gonna chase it. I'm gonna see how it sets up. So, 1 second. I was in chat from a different time. Sorry. But here we have the solid trend. We get a hold of 5, which is what I was really looking for. I was really looking for that high day to hold and confirm, because from there I thought we would get a nice move to 6, and that's exactly what happened. We got a quick perk here. I ended up getting in at 525, risking 5, so 5% max loss, and I have 350 shares in there within my $150 max loss as well. So risk reward looking good. I'm risking 25 cents to make at least 75. So we got at least 3-to-1 risk reward. So I really like that. And you just keep getting this uptrending. Got a little choppy here. This little breakdown was actually kind of scary, but when you look at the volume, it was not that significant. It was a perk in selling, but nothing like we've seen earlier where it really weighed it down. And then the next minute, it's holding up and coming right back. And then when we get a burst into the 6s, it's reaching my goals. I put a market order, ended up getting out at 6.15, made 90 cents on this with 350 shares, made up my loss from earlier in the day. So that was really nice, and the loss was on SNOA. So I was looking for that open price VWAP reclaim here. It just failed. Nothing more you could really say about that. You got a little hold here, but just downwards action. That play didn't work out. 200 shares at a chase. This honestly should have been even a trade, because I was chasing, got in at 401, Shouldn't have done that. Should have just sat on my hands, let it develop, and by then I would have seen it's not gonna work out. But 200 share starter, ended up cutting it at 369, $64 loss. Nothing crazy, but really nice to see that, you know, taking the quick loss again, not really emotionally invested in the play when it's showing me it's not working out. I cut it on small size and just be patient, wait for the right setup. And that's exactly what happened. Ended up getting now BWV. We'll see if it holds up and heads higher. But right now, I'm really stoked that it met my goals. I wish I would have sized up a little more. I was a little cautious about this hold here. Could have added more into the higher lows here, but was a little nervous about it. So, you know, just kept a small size and still walked away with a good profit. I'm up around $250 on the day now. I want to actually go back to SNOA. What's that doing? This is kind of failing to really break down here. If this could come back, it really reminds me of BKK or BTTX, excuse me, where yesterday you got the failure to break down, ended up holding, came back, went for a high day, open price reclaim, and it took off from there. And it is a low float, similarly to SNOA, so just keep an eye on that. And this one was nice to see because this was out of the watch list right here. Let me bring it up. Where are we at? It wasn't in the updated watch list, but it was last night a top watch. I didn't like the gap down, but we were on live stream this morning, and I was saying I was recognizing the hold around the 160s, and was saying if this could come back for a 2 red to green move. Hello, how's it going? Take care of that monster. Where are we at? Right here. So I was preferring to wait for the multi-day bounce, but ended up holding here and was just thinking we could get a possible test of 3, but of course mid 2s is going to be a whole dollar, half dollar level at 250. You got a nice 20%, 22% run here, taking it from 2 as you get the failure to break down, you get the topping, consolidation. You could get it at 2, risking around 193. Good risk reward, aiming for the mid 2s. Can't complain about that. But right now, this thing, SNOA, does look like it's holding up. It's trying to hold up and bounce. So this is a potential trade as well, SNOA. Just waiting for that open price, high day action, just like BTTX yesterday. And if there's any questions about any tickers that I'm missing, hello, how's it going, Jason Wren? But yeah, so had a good trade there. I made 1 second, let me do the math here. 90 cents times 350, 315. So I didn't have significant size, ended up getting a little bit more than I thought too, so that helped out. So I took it, let me go back to the chart, sorry, while we're talking about it. So I was getting it as it was showing me as holding 5 here, and from there I was just following the trend and ignoring these dips on lighter volume as long as it kept holding trend, and sold into 615 into the spike here, so pretty good near the highs. Nice. Is that bad? I don't know. I always hear 2R and whatnot. Is that risk reward? I always hear that term, but I don't exactly know what it means. So if you could explain that, that would actually be nice. Oh, okay. So it's just okay. Yeah, I typically look for 3 risk reward. Hey, you're walking away green, making 2. That's not bad. That's not bad. Still, I get it. It's pretty close. Still making 300 on that play. That's not bad. Kind of choppy. Holding through the trend. Where'd you get in and out? Congratulations on your win. See ya. Have a good day.
Thank you too.
Thank you. Okay, now I know what R means. That's cool. So I guess I look for 3R every time. Oh, I can say that now. But that was a question from the YouTube that I actually wanted to come on here and cover. because Nikki was asking, you're trying to go for 3R, right? If I keep on hitting trades like BWV with taking profit at 2R, do you think over long run it will generate consistent profit? Yeah, of course. You know, sometimes with these plays, taking your 2R is very conservative. But that's all it is. We're trying to take quick singles. Whether it's 2R or 3R, whatever you're comfortable with. There's no set kind of framework you really have to follow for that, besides just taking your gains into the spike. So if it's 2R, nice. Whatever you get. Okay, so I sold at 615, and the reason I ended up selling in the sixes was because I was looking on the daily chart, and that's where my goals were. Because I saw the next resistance level is going to be in the sixes, whole dollar, half dollar. We got a little bit of consolidation over these few days in April, last month here, around 622, just all in the sixes, low sixes. I saw some resistance on the daily, so I was aiming for it to get to that level, and that ended up working out nicely. Got a solid push, and I got more than I was thinking. I was putting a market order going to sell for 605, and then before I know it, we're jumping, and we're moving here. So that was pretty cool to see. Ended up getting a good exit, and that's really it. It did what I wanted. That's why I got out. It could hold up here and come back for more, but that wasn't the plan for me. I was thinking to get to 6. Oh yeah. Going over that would have been nice. I know, I was a little annoyed because I was thinking of doing this at 11:30 here Pacific time, getting the last hour and a half, and then this was brought to my attention right before that, maybe the hour before. I don't know what time. Yeah, right here around 10:30 is when I started looking at it. But I wish I got this on stream. That would have been really nice to go over together. We got a couple people that were looking at it. It would have been nice to go over it together. I got it 484. Oh, neat. Good entry. Nice. Just looking at these higher... Yeah. That's really nice. That's a good entry right there. In the 80s here, holding up. I don't know if you got in here and held through this, but, you know, it was bottom end of the range, holding VWAP. Nice. I love to hear that. That's amazing. That's great. Of course. I'm really happy to hear that. So yeah, we got the trend hold, the hold of VWAP. One of the patterns is a high day break or a VWAP hold. Usually we like to wait a little bit, give it some time after the spike. You got the consolidation period, so you got shorts, you know, that are trapped, trying to take it lower. You got the battle that's happening between bulls and bears. And after a while of consolidation, if it fails to break down, it comes back for a high day. All these shorts here are underwater. And at first you might get a perk. This perk used to fake me out. I would take this quick move, I would sell, and I would be happy that it's fading, and then it comes back and it takes off. So I'm also pretty proud of this trade because I'm seeing how much I'm learning from experience and adapting. So I missed this play, but recognizing that if it keeps holding trend, if it confirms this level, it could really get going. So I'm really glad to hear that you recognize that, and we're able to be of help. That's just made my day. Thank you. Another play we were looking at, OST this morning. We're looking at this kind of like a multi-day bounce. We got this recent IPO taken off. We got around 10 to 50 pretty much, and now we're way off the highs. Just looking for a quick reversal. Shorts covering to lock in their profits. And I totally missed this. I did not even know this play. Just took it off my radar. So could have had a decent move here. It was kind of choppy and trappy. Really the best play was when it fails to break down here and adapting to that and not even getting the high a day, getting the 380 to the mid fours push. But this is really choppy, and you know, typically with the multi-day bounces, once it really gaps up, if it gaps up 15-20% or so, maybe more than that, I'm kind of over it, because the thinking is the whole pattern is from the move is coming from shorts covering and locking in profits, right? I say that a lot. You're probably tired of hearing me say that. But if we get that squeeze pre-market, who's left? What's the fuel? Sometimes you'll get this choppy action as dip buyers are really propping it up because they do see the reversal. And shorts come in every single level higher, but there's just not enough. Like right now it's holding up. It could definitely head higher. We got a solid consolidation over VWAP, over 4, right around the high in the mornings. But for me, this is very choppy, a lot of back and forth action. So I would be staying away from this personally. But it was something we were looking over this morning. Just wanted to go back and review it, see how it works out here. Yeah, solid little profit angles, but you gotta be quick. So, not the best play. But, you know, it's still early. Could still, not early, but it's getting late day. If this keeps holding up, it could squeeze higher. But usually the pattern is done if it gaps up. There's no fuel behind it. So, I'll get on with that. We don't need to keep talking about that. Let's see here. What are we doing here? Ooh, okay. Not much resistance after the low sixes. This definitely could make another move higher. Actually, let me pull up my laptop. I'm so used to my setup on my laptop from Street Smart Edge. Yeah. Yes, you will be profitable. That's essentially what I do. I'm taking the quick gains, like what you're explaining. Like I'm now learning what 2R, 3R is. I guess I knew what it is the whole time. I just didn't hear those terms. That's exactly what we do. And I sometimes sell before my goals as well. So you can definitely make money consistently just taking the quick singles. Yeah. That's the strategy, really. That's what we do. That's how we are profitable. Because aiming for home runs, that you bit me in the ass before. That's really it. Just don't be too greedy. Let's see this above 6 now. At least that's my view. Like, there's people that, you know, they'll really stick to the trend, and until the trend really breaks, they're going to be in. I'll do that until it meets my goals. Like, to a certain extent, like, I'm not trying to nail the top. I'm just trying to make enough money to, you know, save up. Do what everyone's trying to do. Yeah. Most definitely. Right now, the market is a little choppy. I have been talking to Jared. I'm like, I definitely need to start working on sizing up. But it is definitely in my head because I was trading 10, 15K in a trade, each trade last year. And then I just had a hard time adapting, and that ended up biting me in the ass, and I lost a lot of money. So I'm trying to adapt and just stick to what's working. Once I do feel really comfortable sizing up, I think it's game over if I keep my consistency. But that's really all it is right now. Just kind of nerves. That's really it. Emotions, fear. But lately I have been feeling a lot more confident. So most definitely will be sizing up soon. But at the same time, just last week I started getting more patient. Like I started holding back through these dips and reading the volume and the chart. That's actually relatively new to me. I'm quite an emotional trader as this thing goes to new highs here. So once I get more comfortable reading the chart and going through these somewhat bigger dips that I'm typically used to, once I get the hang of that, I probably will definitely size up. But for now, I can't imagine throwing in $12,000 in a play that has a pullback. Just right now, not in this state of mind for that. Minus whatever it is. Yeah, so short answer, yeah, nerves, psychological reasons. But it's really cool to see that even having that, I can still make money. It's really cool to see that even until I really get to that comfort level where I could possibly have exponential growth, I'm personally, like, considering my living situation and whatnot and age, I'm completely comfortable with, until that exponential growth and comfort, to make 5 to 10K a month. Totally okay with it. Right? No, if I widen my wrist, it's really that. It's just the nerves widening the risk. But definitely, definitely. I think about it all the time. So many what ifs. Like, oh, if I just put in double the size in that trade, like I knew it was going up. I was confident in it. So many times. But until I get to that level, I don't want to ruin my trading. I've done it before. So just trying to build slowly for now. Until I am comfortable for that. Let's see, any plays spiking? Oof. Yeah, I don't have the gall for that. No way. Not yet. Just not there yet. Wow. That's a bit much. At least you're alive here with us. I hope you have all your hair. Anything new on the scanners? Nope, I don't see anything I like on the scanners. And this is the best thing here so far. SNOA still kind of holding up. Let me check out my watch. Let's see if there's anything that I'm kind of ignoring. CYN, solid red day. This thing, I can't wait. We'll definitely be on watch for tomorrow for a multi-day bounce. We got a solid push from 2 to 6. I like it. Mid ones to even lower. It started really from this gap up from the low ones here. March all the way to 6, and now shorts are in control. We got this downtrend, and that's what the pattern is. We look for shorts to take over. They get the backside. They're confident. They're happy. Yada yada. They're making money. And like we were saying, following trend to know when you get out, when the crack trends, or when the trend cracks and reverses, you want to get out. Same deal with shorts. Once it starts bottoming out and breaking to the upside rather than continue lower, they're going to start covering. So, and that will lead to the bounce that I love a lot, and I just love this pattern. It was quite predictable. Doesn't happen all the time, but most of the plays definitely offer a solid move if they take off. And they could, hold up. After 40, 50% off the highs, you definitely get a reversal. What's APRN doing? I forgot about that. That was one that worked out beautifully. That was a great call from the watch list as well. Looking for that previous high at daybreak to test 5. Beautiful. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right there. Beautiful. Right out of the watch list. HCDI didn't really work out. BTTX was good. TPST, low volume. Indicio multi-day bounce plays just didn't work out. Just had them on watch in case something happens. Yeah. Anybody watching anything? Am I missing anything? Because right now I'm going between Snowa and... Actually, let me just dissect APRN. Might as well. We got some time. If you have any questions, throw them out. So you have this choppy, nasty play here. Yesterday, I was really looking for a short squeeze because it typically fails every single pop. So shorts are eyeing it as it's gapping up yesterday. And I was just looking for the failure to break down and reverse. That's why I was looking for the open price of VWAP reclaim in the morning. If it failed to break down, we could definitely end up heading higher. That ended up being a little loss. We got a little perk to pre-market highs, but just not enough volume. Shorts kept weighing it down, as you can see here. A lot of selling going on. But it kept going sideways. It kept holding up. So I was thinking, well, the bulls aren't satisfied and the bears aren't satisfied. If once we got to see what direction this wants to pick. If it breaks over previous high, shorts are going to be underwater. They're going to likely be wrong. Once it confirms that area, as we can see here, we consolidated a bit in the 430s. You start getting the move higher. This one was a little choppy, not the best play, but nice to see that ended up working out and I was right. Sometimes it's fun. Here's OST trying to hold, nothing spectacular there. Here we go. Wow. Okay. So this thing's offering more than I thought, but makes sense if we. Let me try drawing this up. Kind of see it here. Oh no! 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 Jesus Christ! I'm so not used to this. My bad, guys. Oh my god, okay. Whatever. I hate this. Whatever. We got this uptrend here. If you can see what I'm looking at, I'm kind of drawing with my arrow here. You get a little crack of it, but what it does is hold the key level psychologically, hold dollar, half dollar, continues to hold the VWAP, still holding above 5, that high that we were looking at earlier, to trigger this whole move. And if you're patient, you know, you could go through this whole dip and it holds trend, comes right back, and you're making more than earlier. So, but this is all just wishful thinking. It's okay. If you make your money going from 5 to 6, mid 5s to 6, high 4s to the mid 5, whatever it is, you're making your part. You're not trying to nail the move. You're just trying to get the meat of the move. Get a good portion of it. Doesn't have to be the whole thing. We're not trying to nail the bottom and nail the top. We're just trying to ride the wave and bank off it a little bit. And day in and day out, letting your singles add up. As you can see, the past few months, we've been getting a lot more traction and consistency. And it pays off. You can make a few $1,000 more in a month. Just taking your quick singles. They add up. And cutting your losses quickly. So, yeah, that is my little spiel right now. We'll just watch this for now. SNOA isn't really moving. What time is it? 12? It has time. Definitely has time. If it wants to set up like BTTX. But, you know, if you guys are new, let us know. Let me know. You got any questions? I'm here to answer it. Don't really have anything I'm trading right now. Nothing I'm eyeing. SNOA kind of. This one left a lot on the table. Just gonna let it ride and learn from it. But, you know, I'm okay with it. I saw the resistance in the 6s and I stuck to my plan and I made money. Next resistance really is in the mid 7s. You got a little bit here. Kind of these past 3 days here lined up around 7, so it might have a hard time here. But if it blows past that, we're looking at mid 7s as the next resistance area. And who knows how much further it could go. As you can see, the volume behind these days isn't that significant. So there's not that many bag holders there weighing it down, selling now that it's finally coming back and they're break even or whatnot. So that's why volume on the chart is important as well in the past. Just to see where a lot of people are, you know. I'm definitely sure there's going to be a lot of bag holders here. But at the same time, that's just looking at the chart. There's no volume really behind it. You got a lot of short sellers that are probably just having a lot of conviction in these areas. The higher the better for them. It just gives them more downside. Move to a different time frame here. Kind of, you know, shrinks it up. Not as choppy. This is what I use to stay calm sometimes and hold through the trend. And, you know, you kind of get the read. You get a lot of selling here. This is what we're looking at. It fails to break down. And then that leads to the high day break. Some more sellers come through. getting into the mid fives, whole dollar, half dollar level. Psychologically, that's key. And that fails to break down, and you get just as much buying, bringing it back the next 15 minutes, and volume continues to keep coming until, surprise, surprise, it reaches a resistance level in the low sixes. Some sellers come in, continues the whole trend. More buyers see that and come in. Short sellers start covering a bit. It's really just a whole battle, just a game of tug of war, going back and forth. Best way to explain it. SNOA perking a bit. Who knows? Who knows? Does have to get back to 4, but what? That's 10%. That was what BTTX did yesterday. In the 120s, 120s, getting back to the 130s, 140s. It had to move a bit. So we'll see if SNOA can make the same thing happen. But not a guessing game. Not going to get in early anticipating something like that to happen. We let the chart tell us what to do. And that's all you can really do. Just line up indicators in your favor and just get the odds in your favor. If the chart is showing there's a lot of selling, it's not working out. As we can see here, we're getting some buying action going on after it held here and had a fake out, cracking 340. Getting a stronger push. Let's see if VWAP holds as a resistance, because we do have a bit of a junk from the morning. Maybe some bag holders or some shorts going to size up into this area of conviction. Got a lot of sellers and resistance. So just a waiting game for now. But this will be another one. Let's map out the trade before it happens. So we got open price at 398. We got high a day around 410. Got a solid uptrend here on the daily chart. Not much history of taking off and holding the gains, so shorts are excited. If this does continue to fail to break down, it breaks their expectations. We do have some resistance around that 410, around the 4, yeah, right around high day. So the low 4s are going to be an area where I do expect it to consolidate a bit. I'd have a hard time really breaking through. But after that, the low 4s, I'm really seeing not till the high 4s, 5-ish area, there's going to be some resistance. So we'll see how it holds up. If we can see a move back to the low 4s, hold open price, hold VWAP, hold around the area of the low 4s, because it doesn't have to be an exact price level that it, you know, we said this before, it doesn't have to hold exactly to a certain level, but just hold that general area of support or resistance, whatever it is. It's more of a zone and range than an exact specific price. So yeah, if we could get a move back up to this area, I think we can get some more uptrending and a push past pre-market highs to test 5. So that would be the game plan. I'll have to wait and see what the risk would be to see how it consolidates, where it fails to break down, because yesterday, if we keep using as BTTX as an example, we had this failure to break down. It consolidates around the 143 high a day, 138 open price here. And as you can see, it doesn't hold the exact price exactly. It goes back and forth a bit. But if you're getting in the 140s here when it's holding, your best risk is going to be 132 right there. Because you see that after this consolidation period, that is the low. That's going to be a key area. If it fails to hold this area, it might really trigger some more selling and shorts might get excited. Because till then, it's holding trend, it's holding up, and they're failing to break it lower. And they had a lot of selling going on. As you can see here, there were some decent selling bars coming through. But what did it do? It barely cracked from 143, 142 to 132. Couldn't even really crack it 10% or anything. So not significant push down with a lot of force behind it. So that led me to think that 132 level is going to be key. If this fails to break down, we'll be getting the move we want. Because all these shorts are disappointed. So we'll see if it sets up this. I hesitate to say the same. Doesn't have to be the same, but just similar. They're a similar pattern. They're setting up relatively similarly. So Yeah, just a waiting game for now. And good job, Jason. I forgot if I mentioned. Good job recognizing that. If you're still in this chat, of the live stream, that trade on BWV. Why am I missing it here? There we are. Oh, and we're heading to new highs. Like, that was really cool to see that, you're new to small caps. You're recognizing the trend and momentum and the patterns that we've been talking about. Huge props on that. That's really cool. And don't worry about leaving whatever you left on the table. This is just a lesson now. But yeah, this is trading the trend. Something I'm trying to get better at. But like we said, there's no problem taking your quick snipes. Look at it, just holding completely. A little slow, gotta be honest. Some of the moves we see, you just saw it beat TTX. That shit took off. And very fast too. You're getting a solid, 40% or so within half an hour or less. This one's taking hours. So no way, still holding 370s. That'd be nice to see that one move, get another play going. Oh, jinx that real quick. Play, potential multi-day bounce. Beautiful parabolic move. Now we get the, the red day. Shorts have taken over. We are down, 35-40% off the high so far. We'll see if we get more push lower. But this is going to be another great setup like CYN for potential momentum shift. Just looking for the quick bounce. On average, these plays, the multi-day bounce spikes about 30%. So I'm just looking, that one I might be a little more patient with because I consistently see them get to 25-30%. You could get away with a little bit past 10% if you're patient enough and it keeps holding trend to get 15-20%. But yeah, just looking for the quick snipes as usual. Failure to break down, we get a little bit choppiness. It's just having a hard time pushing lower. Starts breaking new highs, trend reversal for the shorts. And I think this should be a great candidate, like CYN for tomorrow. So I definitely will be, as usual, putting my watch list on Twitter and making a video lesson about it, dissecting the top plays. These two plays, CYN and RDBX, will be on there. So in case I make that a little late, I am busy today. I have some other things to do after the market closes. Yeah, keep those on watch. Don't know why I'm still watching this. No, I didn't trade it. Jared was the one that traded it, and no, I did not. I didn't get into OST. That was other Pack-a-Punch trader. He did not get back into it either. I was texting him. He was a little butthurt to see that it ended up getting to where he wanted, and he ended up taking the loss. But yeah, this one ended up not being the play. The play we traded here was BWV. So yeah, I don't know if you just hopped in right now, but that's the play that I nailed. As you probably saw in the morning, took the loss on SNOA, the small loss, trying to get that open price reclaim, but then nailed this one with the high at daybreak, confirming 5 here, and nailing it from 525 to 615. Small size, 350 shares, but now green on the day, up about 250. Can't complain about that, and this thing still looks like it wants to head higher. SNOA right now having a hard time breaking VWAP. It's so far acting as resistance. Yeah, dip in here. Okay. A little bit of a choppy top here, it looks like. You know, you got some volume exhaustion, some choppy action after a pretty clean move. It's just showing me some indecision. So we might see a little reversal. This might be a short-term top for a bit, maybe long-term. Who knows how long or if this thing can hold up. But this choppy action with a little bit of fading volume, some more selling coming in, volume getting exhausted, near resistance if we go to the daily chart like we talked about, the high 6s, 7-ish area being resistance. So, and 7 whole dollar, half dollar level, key level psychologically. Am I trading? Oh, on YouTube? Yeah. Here, let me get to it. So if you just give me a moment, I'll grab the videos. Show you a few that go over it. I do create a playlist actually. That would be very smart. But on YouTube, yeah, I have. If you go back, I know I did it a while ago. But let me try to find it here for you. I go over the strategy, many things on the YouTube. Oh, right here. Video lessons, going over my patterns. Let me bring this over here. So I have this right here a month ago that goes over the patterns we trade, and there is going to be another one that I kind of show written out what my trading system really is. And although, you know, you could give me crap, I don't stick to it all the time, selling into pieces and whatnot. Whatever, I get emotional. But generally, yeah, I have everything written out. It should all be on YouTube. And it's been a while, so you know what? I'll make another one today or tomorrow, going over the strategy in general, what we're looking for, how we trade, and everything. So yeah, you could go check out YouTube right now, and I'll make another one. You give me a topic to make a video about, so you could check that out. Feel free. Yeah, we got a lot of, I think, don't have a big library yet, but for having 300 something videos, I think we got some good material out there going over how we trade and everything. SNOA holding VWAP as resistance, now back in the 350s. That's what we're waiting for. Just waiting for these key levels to start breaking higher. Right now, it's still getting stuffed. 40 minutes left. It could possibly do something, but it's almost getting to the point where I don't know if it's gonna have enough time to consolidate and really set up for play that I would be comfortable trading. So yeah, maybe here within the next 20-25 minutes, if there isn't much, and I find myself talking a lot, just repeating myself, if there's nothing new really going over, might call it. But yeah, bring the questions out if you got any. I'm just chilling here, more than happy to talk about honestly anything. Doesn't even have to be trading related. That's in the way, breaking lower. Let me check my scanners on my laptop again. So much more used to those. Used to that. Rather. What's up with low price stocks? Is that what's in play? Got a lot of plays that are less than 50 cents. Or just about. Interesting. I have to check that out. Usually not my price range. I don't know why those are up. I might have to change my criteria. I thought I switched it. Yeah, I typically like to trade stocks at least $1.15 range. You know, we'll definitely trade a runner past that level because there's the psychology part of it. But for a fresh stock, a fresh chart, definitely looking for 1 to 15 range. Within that price range, I get the price action I like, the volume, and the flow, the share count, everything is set up quite nicely. Once you get a little bit higher, things kind of move a lot slower, and just not my style. Just looking for these quick moves, just trying to capture short squeezes. That's really, to simplify things in another way, that's really all we do. Just look for plays that fail to break down and that have shorts trapped in it. And if you start getting a reversal in the trend for shorts and it starts uptrending for longs, you can have a nice squeeze. And that was really the thinking, again, going back to it. BWV, ooh, another little high here. I thought we might start pushing lower, but some volume came back a bit. Interesting. This thing doesn't want to give up. I only answered the first question. I just realized. Actually, the other one wasn't a question. You're just stating how you like that we trade with small size. Yeah, and we mentioned earlier in the live stream how I'm trying to work on slowly sizing up. I have the consistency. I have the plan, strategies, patterns. Everything's there. It's really just in my head, just being a little nervous after sizing up last year, and then not adapting quick enough and taking big losses towards the end of the year last year. So trying to ease my way into it slowly, but yeah, no, I definitely trade small size. Sometimes I look back at the month and I'm like, damn, I actually made that much. I was not expecting that. It's just letting singles add up. 250 there. Sometimes you put a little bit more size and you let it run a little bit more. You get $500, $600, $700 gain in a day. Occasionally we get $1,000 winner on a day between 1 or 2 trades. So it's just taking the quick gains, and if you consistently put yourself in a good position, one of them is going to take off and give you more than you expect. So, you know, it'll pay off in the long run. Even just taking the quick gains here and there, day in, day out, not trying to really grow the account exponentially within a month or two. That's honestly what I used to be doing. I would drive me crazy early in the trading career, just seeing everyone just take off oh, I just learned how to trade in 6 months. I made this much. 2 years, I'm a millionaire. That's fantastic. Not for me. I tried doing that and just didn't have it in me. Didn't grasp the knowledge yet. But now that we're finding consistency, that is looking a lot more possible within the next few years to have a really big account. But right now, just slowly building, and one day it'll pay off. That's all we can do. Well, volume really dipped here on this thing. Maybe I was right about this being choppy and might be a top here. Ooh, OST bouncing. This is one we were talking about earlier. That if this failed to break down, it is very choppy, but it is generally holding up. And if shorts see that and they keep failing to break it lower, as you can see here, we got a fake out. It can definitely start moving back up to the high of day, maybe higher. But this is very choppy, so I'm staying away. It does have range. It does have some range if we go to long term here on the daily. What happened here? So yeah, lots of selling here, but if it keeps holding up, a lot of shorts here in the past few days, that could fuel a move higher. So we do have some resistance here around the 480s, right around high day, but after that, who knows where it could get to. I'm not saying it could get to 10. I'm not trying to predict the move like that. That's not up my alley. But could it get to 550? Maybe 6? Possibly. But just looking at the way it's been moving the whole day, if you have the gall for that to withstand the choppiness, go for it. But I know the way I trade, you see the way I trade, I don't like moves like that. Back and forth. Kind of a disappointing day. Like, I know I'm kind of satisfied because I ended up getting BWV, but besides that, was there really anything? Like, there were a few plays, yes, BTTX, I guess there was a few. This one right out of the watch list, looking for that reclaim of open price and previous high day over 205. That offered a nice quick squeeze. RDBX is failing, CYN is failing, SNOA failed. Hour. This is one from yesterday, actually, right? Yeah. Gap up. Quick move, but stuff and failure. Whatever. Whack. Yeah, never mind. Not from yesterday. Not that great of a green day yesterday. Yeah, if it really, honestly, here late day, if it wasn't for BWV, what the hell is there? AUTX failing. Yeah, kind of a boring day. Looking back at it. Oh, and yes, we were right. We were right. That's nice to see. That's very nice to see. For a sec, I was like, oh, did I lose my touch of, like, reading charts all of a sudden? Yes, so we get, what scares you use to catch trades? Everything today seemed sporadic, and you would be chasing by the time you saw it. Yes, indeed. And honestly, I got lucky from YouTube. I was chatting it up with someone. They were asking about BWV, and that's honestly how it came to my attention. But usually, the way we find plays is going to be our scanners. Jared has his here. You know, you got the top percent gainers. I think that's what this one is. And, you know, he's got his scanners you can run here. You fit the criteria, whatever he wants, and whatnot. Mine is Street Smart Edge. I use their software on their, what do you call it, their charting system. So I like that setup more than Thinkorswim, so I'm on that. But yeah, I filter through the top percent gainers. That's a good start. Let's be honest, that's a great start, top percent gainers. But once you start finding some patterns, you'll have some that are more specific to a pattern. But generally, what I take is the top percent gainers, and I filter through the price, the volume, how much it's up on the day, and that's really it. I know I have a YouTube video on it, but let's just dive into it. I got nothing else to do right now. So I'm really adjusting 5 things to the top percent gainers. I'm looking specifically listed NASDAQ plays. So I'm changing the exchange. The last trade, I like it to be between $1 and $15. That's how I try to find the new plays within that range. And sometimes I'll have a few scanners that are a little bit more broad, so I could get an idea of a more broad sense of what the market is doing, and one more filtered, refined, getting a fewer amount of plays in it. So this one, the one that I'm using, it's got $1.15. The volume, I want at least 2 million on the day, just so there's a good amount of eyes on it. And besides that, I'm looking for price performance, and what I have here is I want it up at least 20% on the day. I might change that to 15, but the point is we want something that's up. So is it really? No way. Did it really just pull a reversal? That's incredible. That's incredible. That's incredible. Wow. That was just failing. All of a sudden, right back. That's weird. That's weird. That's so weird. Just on a dime, just reverse. That's ridiculous. So I guess I was wrong. I don't know. That one's got me mixed feelings now. Whatever it does, I don't care. Back to the criteria here. What are they talking about? So yeah, we're looking for plays that are up a bit. I don't want it up just 5-10%. That's not attracting other buyers, and it's not attracting short sellers, because that's part of the fuel to the play. We want them to get trapped, to fail to break down, make a base, start reversing, uptrending, and you get the break off top, fueled by short covering. So you want it up a little bit on the day, so 15-20% is what I have, and I definitely want there to be some volume on it. That's what triggers these plays. That's what is really the fuel behind the play moving. And what else do I got? NASDAQ, I like the smaller cap plays. Oh, do I have the market cap? Yes, I also adjust the market cap. I want it no more than 500 million for this one at least. That's what I have it at. And I have another one that has it up to 1 billion. Like I said, a broader criteria, just to get a general gauge of what the market's doing, how much are things up, what sectors and whatnot are moving within what price range. But definitely the day-to-day one is more refined, pretty much the one I'm going through right now. So yeah, just want it up a little bit to catch eyes. You need volume because that's the fuel to plays. And then for a smaller market cap, the reason I'm looking for a smaller one is the thinking really is that it is easier for something small to grow fast than to grow bigger faster than it is something already big. It's because BWV taking off more as something that's already large to grow bigger at a fast rate as well. So that's why I'm looking for smaller plays. with low flow. We end up refining that. I don't have a checkbox on my scanners on my criteria to whittle down the float. I think it has shares outstanding, but to me that's useless. I really want to know what the float is. What can the public really trade? So yeah. Hope that was useful. That was a little bit long of an answer. Hell yeah. Nice. Now let's see if it keeps holding this area. After the low sevens, what do we say it could get to? The afternoon play, which power hour breakouts, yeah, some of them could be very, very nice. As you can see here, BWV. Yesterday we got BTTX. This one did start a little bit more midday, but it is here continuing power hour. Like if you're getting it a little late, if you're coming in, you're seeing it here holding this trend. You know, it's not my taste, but it is still holding trend and holding all the key levels we're talking about, and volume is coming back. And from there, you could get close to $1. You know, some solid move here. But really, the ideal entry was closer to the high fours, low fives region, where you had the high a day earlier. Yeah. And I go over this pattern in that one video I was talking about 10 minutes ago or so. Where is it? I was just on this right here. This one, video lesson going over my patterns. I go over it. That's one of the plays here. So that's why I was really excited about having this play set up and work out nicely. In a way, yes, I am. In my when I track my trades, I track how much the difference is between where I sold and the high a day to see what the difference really is. So short answer, don't have an answer for you yet, not yet, but I am tracking it to see how much am I leaving on the table, how much money is that really, is it really affecting my trading that much? But yeah, that should help me. Nice. Yeah. Hell yeah, nice. Yeah, right? Leaving a bit on the table there. But yeah, I do that when I track my trades. So I have a whole spreadsheet going over every single trade, and that's one of the columns. But I should calculate that at some point. I do have a good amount on there already. But what I have noticed without tracking it, it honestly is I'm only leaving a lot on the table with a few plays. A lot of the plays, excuse me, I'm selling relatively close to the high, so that extra 3, 4, 5%, personally not too worried about it, because when I do the math, it is an extra $100 or so. So could that be an extra couple thousand in the long term over a month or two? Yes. Am I willing to sacrifice it? Also yes. Yeah. Do what's comfortable. That's definitely my approach. There's no right way to do this. As long as you're making money, can't complain about your system, really. There's things to always improve, of course. As a trader, yeah. but I also don't want to get stuck on too much of how much I'm leaving on the table and ignoring. Damn, had pretty good day already because I was kind of beating myself up yesterday over BTTX with that trade taking it from 139 to 156, and then it ended up reaching my goals at 2. I know it wasn't live, but it was a solid trade, beautiful pattern, one I go over before in that YouTube video that I talked about. But yeah, this one, tracking how much I left on the table, it hurt. That one was a good amount. But it's only when they really take off that I'm really getting affected by it. And you're getting a play that really takes off once a week for sure. Once a week. So if I'm giving up a little bit once a week, but generally I'm capturing majority of the move, I'm okay with it. That's just me. And is that the reason why I haven't exponentially grown my account? Possibly. But it's not all about exponential growth and flashy things and money. It's about the system that will make you profits. That's really it. It's not about how much, it's about being consistent, because as you make more money and scale up slowly, you're going to make more money. So don't worry about the dollar figure. I guess I'm kind of rambling here. But still, do track it just to get an idea, because it's made me more patient. There's been times where I'm like, damn, I've noticed that I leave an extra 10%. I might try to hold for a little bit longer, but I'm very impatient. Let's see here, anything going on? Let me go back to this one. Choppy, exhausting. Yeah, that's really all it's about. Like, I know there's a lot of people on Twitter posting profits and, just, sure, you're learning, but a lot of them are kind of low-key flexing, in my opinion. But, that's their life, though. At the same time, that's their life. That's how much money they make. So that's their system. But for us, who are still growing our accounts, it's all about just slowly making that extra few $100 a day and letting it add up to one day, yes, having the financial freedom to being able to make $50,000 in a month, in a day, a week, like we do see. But right until then, it's really just the system and taking the slow gains. It's not even about, like, look at me getting wrapped up. Soon you'll get the 50K, 100K. It's not about that. It's about financial freedom. Just replacing a horrible job. Yeah, I saw that. He's in one time 6 million in a day or something. It's crazy. One day maybe I'll get to that level. But at the same time, I got other interests as well. I don't want to stick behind a laptop, computer, putting in a shit ton of money and being stressed about it. Or maybe he's not stressed, whatever the case. I got other things I want to do. Trading is going to fuel those other ventures that I want to do financially, investment in real estate and whatnot. I am also a real estate agent, so I am trying to save up some money for a property as well. Like, what the fuck? If that's your goal, if that's what you want. Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's also part of me, like my early trading, like I was talking about, trying to just make that money a lot really quick. It was just having a flashy lifestyle and whatnot. And now after 5 years of getting burnt out from having high expectations and whatnot, it really teaches you what it's really about. And it's not about the money. And I think ever since then, earlier in the year, it's really clicked to me that just, you hear it, execute the patterns, execute the play, follow the trend, the money will follow. We hear all this, but for someone like me, it took me a little bit longer to learn that, and just recently it clicked the past few months, and that's the reason I think I'm more profitable now. I'm able to be consistent and profitable. Just taking the quick gains, not worried about, damn, I could have made 1,000 today. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. It's been a grind for sure. Um, yep. Yeah. So I'm gonna put this to the side. Kind of just chatting it up. There's not much. Yeah. No. For years, didn't have a green month or be very inconsistent. But I would say it's more than just green month because I think you could walk away with a green month. I think a lot of people last year who learned, or within the last 2 years, who didn't know much about trading and just joined this crazy bull market and everything's taken off. They're putting their money into whatever. They were making green months, but I don't, and a lot of them, Twitter's a lot more quiet than it was the past year or two. A lot of these people have disappeared. They didn't have a system. That's really all it was. They were able to make money for a bit while the market was hot, but while it's choppy like this, are you able to find the angle? Are you able to adapt to what the market has to offer? It's what it comes down to. Got me thinking about the past few years now. All the opportunities I left on the table. Only if I had the mindset I have now, then things would be a lot different. We can't dwell on that too much. But yeah. Sometimes you can't have a green month. I don't know. I guess I'm tired. I'm just rambling. My bad. If I'm talking too much for you and just going in a circle. Anything else? This thing's done. While we're here, might as well. Since we have the time, nothing really to go over. I know I've asked this before, but just want to check in with everyone that's here for now. Anything that here at Pack a Punch Traders we could critique? Anything we could do differently? What's up, Manny? How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. But please let us know if there's anything we critique, what we could do differently. If we're too boring or you don't like something we're doing, we're more than happy to, be more entertaining, try to do something for you guys. But yeah, let us know if there's anything we could do differently. Hey, waiting for APRN to flush. Is that still holding up? Yeah, nice downtrend. Let's see if we keep getting still above the day low. Yeah, still hasn't totally given up everything. Excuse me. Long wick here. Definitely shorts are in control, or at least a lot of shorts trapped. How much time? 12 minutes. Who knows if we get the flush here late day? In at 480. In at 480. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. Right into 5, right around resistance. Gets choppy. Get a little top here. Volume is where? Nowhere. Nowhere. Gone. There's nothing. Nice. That's really cool to hear. Better than nothing. At least you're following the pattern. You're recognizing it. That's cool. It happens. I know, as a long trader, I hate when that happens. I have a starter. You get a little pop. I'm waiting for it to pull back to get some more in. I don't want to ruin my average or whatnot. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, nice. I made $50 right now. Like, that was a lot to me a few years ago. Okay, yeah, that's good to know. And I will admit, I have noticed that too. We have been a little bit inconsistent in the afternoons for sure. In the mornings, we're there a lot more around 6:20, depending which coast. We're West Coast here, so I'm saying 6:20 in the morning, right before market opens. We're going over trades, watch lists, what's up, and whatnot. So we'll definitely try to be a lot more consistent. And if you're on Twitter, we'll tweet out when we are going live. So yeah, so apologies for that, and we'll be more consistent for that. Definitely. Okay, well, 10 minutes left. Anybody got any questions or anything? I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm pretty hungry, tired. I got a meeting with a client in a little bit for real estate, so I gotta get going soon. But if you got any questions here, you guys want before I wrap it up? We'll definitely be posting, because I am a little busy right now. Later on, I will have video lesson on the top watch list, on top watches. Appreciate it. Thank you, Manny. You too. Like usual, I'll go over the daily watch list. That'll be on Twitter. I'll dissect my top favorite plays on YouTube. I'll have a video. I'll go over the trades again in a video, so you guys can refer to that later on and go over the top plays and whatnot. Just a review, lesson on the day. So that will all be out later than I typically have it, but it will be out tonight. Besides that, yeah, decent day. Congratulations to everyone today, whether you made money or lost money. If you made money, that's fantastic, you're green. If you lost money, you learned something. There's no way to lose. That's the mindset we're gonna have. We're learning something or making money, or both. The perfect world. So hope everyone has a fantastic day. We'll see you all tomorrow morning, and I'll be more consistent. We'll put it out on Twitter when we're out. But yeah, hope everyone has a great day. Learned something, reviewed. Peace out. Have a great one.